Wow, I'm live. That's good. I thought maybe I was dead. Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm at the house, and my back hurts because I slept on that bed in there. And it's raining because I washed the truck when I got home. But I've been telling you guys I've been going to do a breakdown on the $31,500 that you guys were just totally, wow, that's a lot of money. And yes, it is a lot of money. I wish that I could bring home $31,500 a month, but I do not. So I hope you guys are having a nice morning, and I know none of you are on there right now. Of course, I'm just a little small bean, so I wouldn't expect anybody to be on there. Plus, I didn't notify anybody that I was going to do it. So I just want to get it and get it done and get on to whatever I got to do. I got lots of work. Y'all know all about it, right? So anyway, so here's the $31,500. Then it comes out to $2.65 a mile. That's what I'm grossing out there right now. Well, right off the top, I have to pay the carrier because I'm leased onto a carrier, and they get 18% off the top. So if you take that 18% off the top, they would actually write me a check. My actual gross would be $25,830. So it'd be $25,830 to me, and that's where I start. The government starts taking taxes off of me from that $25,830. Now, if I was had my own authority, the original 31.5 would have went to me, but we'll get around to that later. I know being 59, I should already have my own authority, but just we'll work on it down the road. Now, so now if you break that down, that comes out that I'm earning $2.15 a mile. Now, my biggest ticket is fuel. Now, this truck running across the desert with high profile loads, being an older model, 3406E, 500 horsepower, will outrun everything on the road, but I'm only averaging 4.9 miles a gallon out of this truck. So that's what it averages. I wish it would do better, but it doesn't. Now, see, where do I have my fuel? So anyway, so you take that 12,000 miles and divide it, and it comes out to 2,448 gallons that I burned in a month in that truck. And some places fuel is $3, and actually I saw it up to $3.70 and $3.80 a gallon in some places. But I usually look for the cheapest places, and I usually get it close to $3 a mile, and sometimes I just have to pay the higher prices. And so my average right now is $3.10 a mile. So that comes out to $7,588. Okay, so that brings my paycheck down to $18,242. Now, and then I have to pay insurance, which is something here I did the numbers. It comes out to 666 on Affinity. 6666666 on into Affinity. Anyway, so that's what I got to pay a month. So you take that out of it. And then I have licensing to keep the tags and plates on it every year. It's $1,400 a year. It comes out to $116 a month. And then I have my IFTA tags. I usually pay about $350 every quarter, so that comes out about $70 a month. And then brakes, brake pads, I usually pay $250 an axle. So And then tires. Now, tires can vary. Usually, if you buy cheap stuff, you're going to replace them every year. The better stuff can last you a year and a half to 2 years, depending if you check your tires regularly and you don't drive on terrain that tears them up. So on a yearly basis, that could be 10 grand. And oil changes are $300 a month. This truck runs on AMSOIL. It's got a little different figures, but you can average $300 a month. Now, all that said and done, my actual check, and if you remember me saying on the road that I usually bring home about half of it. So that's what my number is $16,900. Oh, you guys can't see that. Okay, $16,917. So now you divide that by the original 12,000 miles, and it looks like I'm earning about 70 cents a mile is what I'm earning, bringing home. Now the expenses don't stop there. That truck belongs to me, so I have to take care of any expenses like clutches, motors, stuff like that. And you got to have a savings and putting that stuff to the side, because it's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. And that's just the way it is. A lot of guys, they'll run their trucks until they know that they're getting ready to break, and then they'll off them off to somebody. And those are the ones you got to keep your eye out for, because you don't want to buy one of those. The reason why they sold them is because they know it's time to dump 50 grand into one. So you don't want that. So be careful when you buy a truck that you make sure that you are not a victim of that mentality, because that mentality is big time in the trucking industry. Run it until it's ready to drop and then off it and get another truck. Now, when you've been in the trucking industry for a long time, you know to look for trucks that have all that done already. It doesn't matter if the rest of the truck is a piece of junk. As long as the motor's been done, transmission's been done, and the rears have been done, and everything's fresh in it, like the truck that I have, you're good to go, because that's where all the big money is. So just keep in mind that whenever you I don't.
Hi.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm home. There's AJ.
Yeah, I'm right here.
So anyway, now that would leave me $16,917. And you multiply that by 12. That looks like it comes out to 203,000. Yeah. So right at $200,000 a year is what I'd be bringing home. Now, I still have to pay taxes off of my percentage. So now things that I buy for the truck or the trucking business are a tax write-off. And that being said, it's not a 100% tax write-off. There's a percentage rating, and then there's your food per diem. And so you try to equal all that out. A lot of times you'll end up paying the government, and sometimes it breaks pretty darn close. And generally it breaks pretty darn close for me. So I can get it to bounce somewhere in between the 0 or 2 to 3 to 5,000, somewhere around there. So you just make sure you keep up with all your taxes, and make sure you put your money, if you plan on keeping that truck, or if you plan on dumping it, then do whatever you got to do. But if you plan on keeping that truck and running it for a while, make sure you put your money back into the truck Keep it running. These are tax write-offs. You're going to have to pay taxes anyway, so the smart thing to do is invest back into your equipment. That's the best way to save money. But even though, that being said, when you sell that truck, you're not going to get your money back. For instance, on my Peterbilt, I paid Peterbilt and my Mack trailer. I had the Mack trailer fresh out of the factory. Nobody ever pulled it but me. I paid 40 grand for that, and I paid for the truck, and then my payments, all said and done, were $101,000. And the truck was basically falling apart around all the fresh running gear. So after getting her all back into good condition and all the money that I invested, I had pretty close to $200,000 wrapped up in that truck. Now, when I sold it for 55 or something like that. I basically gave it away to bring this youngin' back away from where he was at. And but sometimes life is the way it is. You just got to do what you got to do, right? So anyhow, so that's just a short update, and there's the price breakdown on the $31,500 that the truck earned in the 30 days that I was out, the 12,000 miles that I ran. And now you guys know that that actual figure comes out to $16,917 when it's all said and done. And that all said and done comes out to 70 cents per mile. God bless. Peace. Hope you have a nice day. And later. Say later, AJ.
Later, Gator.